This just so happens to be what it looks like on the Texas Panhandle, specifically near Canadian Texas, where 1.1 million acres are known to keep burning, with only 3% of those fires being contained. But I want to be able to open your eyes a little bit, so stay with me here, okay? Because everybody in these periods of time seems to be blaming global warming for these supposed wildfires. And I'm not officially going to lay claim to anything being true, but just stay with me here for one moment, and I might be able to open your mind up a little bit. Fritch, Pampa, and Canadian Texas might or might not be a part of this project involving Amarillo, Texas. I showed this video yesterday, clearly showing a SMART city project that's due to take place in Amarillo. But this is what I want everybody to be focusing on, okay? This is a manufacturing logistics district, okay, on the east side of Amarillo, Texas. A district that might or might not be using certain connection networks all the way over to the Panhandle. And does anybody know how much private land has been bought in those specific areas in the last year alone? Specifically by an individual named Bill Gates? Is anybody aware of what 15-minute cities are? I'm not going to lay claim to these cities officially being those specific projects, but we have an existing Amarillo comprehensive plan which was completed in 2010, and there's a state law that requires the cities need to have an updated comprehensive plan. And so City Plan Vision 2045 is an update to the 2010 plan. And through a standard transparent procurement process, we recently awarded AT&T, which just so happened to have a lot of phone outages as of recently, an experienced and proven broadband provider, the contract to make internet connections available throughout our city. This was done with a $20 million plus investment from AT&T. But this is the important part, okay? With this partnership, AT&T will lay fiber to connect homes, apartments, schools, and other government buildings and businesses in Amarillo. But not just Amarillo. And the ironic part is all these fiber networks might or might not be traveling over 200 miles to the east of Amarillo, Texas. So you do the fucking math, honestly. And if you just so happen to look in the Canadian Texas project, this just so happens to show up, which is involved with the same exact individuals who claim to want to rebuild in Maui and Chile. The same exact energy institutions. And it's pretty ironic considering the fact that I just so happen to show everybody that Viña del Mar, specifically where the fires happened in Chile, was due to be the SMART city headquarters. And it officially says so on their government's website, by the way. But I'm sure there's no coincidence, right? But just wait. This morning, Biden just so happened to announce that he's officially releasing an Energy Balancing Act. Oh, and I'm sure it doesn't help at the fact that there was a petition last September to halt this specific technology being implemented in Amarillo. Especially considering the fact that this just so happened to occur late October of 2023. Oh wait, that's a Texas what city summit? Oh man, wow, that's pretty ironic. Involving over 62 fucking counties in Texas. So I don't know, you tell me what's true. Because once again, I'm not going to lay claim to anything officially being true. So maybe I could just connect the puzzle pieces a little easier for you. Regardless, this is the biggest fire in Texas fucking history. And the second largest fire in US history. With, like I stated, over 1.1 million acres being burned at this very moment. With only 3% of those fires fucking being contained. Oh, and it just so happens to ironically be 20 miles east of the biggest nuclear facility we have in the United States. Yeah, because that doesn't sound sketchy at all, right? The government would never do anything to its civilians to hurt them. Honestly, our US government is probably the best government in the entire world. I'm so proud and patriotic to be living in the USA in this very moment. Did you catch the sarcasm? I really hope you're able to. Once again, if you just so happen to choose to think outside the box, then the actual truth will finally be revealed. Or just educate yourself on how to research into matters for yourself, because it's really not hard to find this type of information. That isn't me saying that it's actually easy to find, okay? Because Google makes it pretty difficult. But now that you can filter certain things on Google, it makes it so much easier. But that's just the thing. Google isn't even a reliable source in itself. So you, yourself, has to literally connect the dots for yourself. Regardless, I will be continuously bringing awareness to every single wildfire that occurs. Because ironically, every single wildfire seems to be connected to the other ones. If you really want to look into the 2045 plan, I implore you to look into the NEOM project in Saudi Arabia. Something that will be connecting to something called the Line project in Saudi Arabia. And the line is due to actually be finished by 2030, supposedly.